return to Reality of Wrestling after what it feels like 3 years, Brad.
It is nice to see Jake St. Patrick. He's not an Irishman?
I don't believe so. But he definitely feels lucky here tonight as he is trying to change the luck of his past, taking on one hell of a challenge here. A challenge that he's very familiar with.
And his opponent, from Dallas, Texas, weighing in at 245 pounds, in the Bravo Fuerte de la Familia, Jay Alexander.
Well, I mentioned it earlier tonight, Brad, that Jay Alexander had issued an open challenge. And now Jake St. Patrick may see that he bit off a bit more than he could chew, seeing La Familia all around here.
Hey, they roll deep, man. They roll real deep, baby. Hopefully, Jake St. Patrick has the luck of the Irish.
Well, he's gonna need it if he wants to pick up a victory over Jay Alexander, a former Texas champion in his own right. And the last time we saw these two face off here at Reality of Wrestling, Jay Alexander ate Jake for lunch. And it looks like he's trying to do the same here tonight.
Yeah, right now it's looking like a all-you-can-eat buffet.
But Jake St. Patrick, a very technical wrestler, but how much is technique gonna help you when you're against a powerhouse like Jay Alexander? Oh, drop kick there from Jake St. Patrick. As I mentioned, trying to change his luck from previous times past. And right now he's taking it to Alexander. But again, the power in full display here, Brad.
Look at that, look at that.
Oh my God!
He laid him out like a charcuterie board.
Jake St. Patrick, I think he may think he's from Ireland now after that landing.
I hadn't seen an Irishman get his ass kicked like this since the last Conor McGregor fight.
Jay Alexander is just tossing him around with ease.
And Jake St. Patrick is an incredible professional wrestler and athlete. But right now, he's just being out-muscled and outgunned.
Jay Alexander now into the first cover of the matchup. Could have ended things there. But Jake St. Patrick getting his shoulder up, trying to overcome the odds against Jay Alexander. And what kind of factor do you think La Familia is going to play out here?
Well, so far, he doesn't really need him. You know, maybe it's a little bit of mental warfare, mental chess from Jay Alexander, but right now, he's just raw and unstoppable.
Unstoppable for sure. As Jay Alexander now doing whatever he wants here to Jake St. Patrick. And now Alexander sends St. Patrick into the corner. This is starting to look a lot like the first matchup, but not anymore. Oh, but a kick out at one. That was quick.
Look at that. Big kick to the gut.
Jay Alexander once again just tossing Jake St. Patrick aside. How much more does Jake St. Patrick have in him right now, Brad?
Oh, you know, I mean, he doesn't look like he's got much left, and honestly, at this point, Jake St. Patrick, he should just be a jack of another trade tonight. Wrestling was not the one he should have picked against Jay Alexander.
He has got him up. Maybe
torture rack action.
Jay Alexander could be thinking deal breaker, but I think he just wants to play with Jake a little bit longer here as he's in full control. And this right now is just showing out, or showing off rather, by Jay Alexander, but it could be costing him. As St. Patrick able to break free here, Brad. Jake St. Patrick though, trying to fight back. Connects with that enziguri. Momentarily managed to stun Jay Alexander. And now, oh, the spine buster!
Oh, man. And here he goes.
That is followed up right here by Deal Breaker!
With ease, with the greatest of ease.
Alexander into the cover. Thanks for coming, St. Patrick.
Damn.
Well, I was talking about overcoming the odds, but there was no overcoming here for Jake St. Patrick as Jay Alexander looks the scariest he has ever looked ahead of Road Glory.
He looks mean and ready to kill.
And we still have our main event, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next as somebody else tries to overcome another giant in the form of Gino Medina, the Texas champion, facing off against Edge Stone with the title on the line.